right, boys, we are back after a very disappointing year 6. We lost to the Toronto Maple Leafs in round 1. It was unbelievable. I still can't believe it. All right, and we lost in 5 games. We lost 4 in a row, and the one game that we did win, we won 1-0 and had to go to overtime. So I don't know what happened to our team. Nobody came to play in the playoffs here. The Nuge had 2 goals. Stamkos had some assists, but still, man, we should have been able to deal with the Toronto Maple Leafs. Up and down the roster, we had the better team. But you know what? You can't win them all the time, I guess. I mean, there was a few times the Detroit Red Wings lost in the first round. Remember back then against the Anaheim Ducks? So, I mean, it's going to happen. So, year 6, we're just going to have to erase it from our memories and move forward. I keep seeing all the comments now saying, yeah, cue the trades, trade this guy, trade that guy. I don't know, boys. I still think this is our team, even though it was a bad year. I don't know. We got to see what happens. We have to try and re-sign Lofthouse. He's our main guy we have to sign in the offseason. And I want to see if there's any franchise guys in the draft. So let's do all that. We'll do a season wrap-up. But since we got knocked out in the first round, we can still follow our AHL team. That's right. Now let's see. They got the series going here, and they are up. They're up 3-2. All right. So I could move some players down from the NHL, but our AHL team had a record of 53-17-6 this year. So you know what? They deserve it. I'm just gonna let them go with it. Okay. So I'm not going to do any slow simulation. We'll just go all the way to the end here. Yeah, we'll go to this Wednesday. There you go. And let's see what happens. I can't believe it. Brian Burke and his Toronto Maple Leafs, they outed us. And the dream is over. I wanted a three-peat, man. It's your boss again. I was hoping for an amazing playoff run that would salvage the Tampa Bay Lightning season. But frankly, your performance was not up to par. Yeah. Get out of here, man. I've already given you 2 Stanley Cups in 6 years. Give me a break. Yeah, okay, fine. We'll keep going. Let's see what the Admirals can do here. Come on, boys. You got a great team down there. Len Little, Monahan, Galchenyuk, Malcolm Subban, Harper, Graves. I mean, Jesus. We're going to have to figure out what's going on now because we have a lot of players who are almost, if not already, NHL ready. And there's not really a lot of space on our team. So this is going to be an off-season. It's not going to be a hard offseason, but I think we may be trading some players away for younger talent or draft picks, unless we can keep them on restricted free agent. But I don't think that we're going to have too much salary cap space to work with. Okay, so this Erickson guy's top 5. Anyone else? Top 5 in the QMJHL. Lundmark is a top 5. All right, any defenseman? There's a top 5 defenseman here. Waits, I already have him pretty well scouted. No franchise guys, it looks like. So we'll just go back and we'll get this. I don't think I'm gonna have a good draft pick this year, and I don't think I'm gonna trade for it. I want to see what this Erickson guy's about. Because I mean, we're in the latter part of our GM now with the final 4 years. So anyone that we draft now, they're definitely not going to be playing for our NHL team, right? But it's always still good to build for the future. And there you go, good comeback, boys. All right, are they in the semifinals now? I think so. 3-0. Are they sweeping them? There you go. Oh, did they win it? That was it? That was the finals? Ha ha ha. All right, so our Tampa Bay, our NHL team didn't win it, but our AHL team, the Norfolk Admirals, they won the Calder Cup. Way to go, boys. Way to go. All right, so our young guns, that's what I mean. We have a team full of young guns who are going to be, and they had that extra experience now, so they're going to be ready to go. I'm going to have to figure out what's going on here. Yeah, I may be even able to have like a fourth line that can score goals. Or I might just trade them away, let them play on other NHL teams. We got to figure it out. I don't think I'm going to make any trades at the draft deadline, but in the off season, that's when I think I get it done. So Joe Thornton, he retired in Boston. So thank you, Joe, for your years in Tampa Bay. Who else? Anyone? Vinny LeCavalier retired on Montreal. Goodbye, Vinny. Thank you for your years as well. Go down here. All right, so we didn't lose anyone, so that's good. And goaltenders, we didn't. Luongo retired. We didn't lose anyone. We still have a very young team, absolutely. Prospects game, no, we don't need to see that. All right, so let's simulate up to here. Yeah, highly blah, blah, blah. Okay, so let's do awards. You guys want to see the awards, so we'll do the awards, and then we'll go into the draft. We'll see what's going on. So your Stanley Cup champions, the Tampa Bay Lightning streak has been cut by the Detroit Red Wings. That's right. So we didn't even lose to the Stanley Cup champion Toronto Maple Leafs. All right, so it was a very bad year for us. By our standards, it was a very bad year. No presidents, first round knockout, very bad. Absolutely. That's all right. We're going to rebound. President's Trophy, Pittsburgh Penguins, yep. Clarence S. Campbell, Detroit. Prince of Wales, so Toronto didn't even make it to the finals. Ooh, man. Art Ross, Claude Giroux. All right. Most points in the regular season. Hart Memorial, Claude Giroux. NHL 13 cover, probably Tyler Myers, James Norris. So Beaulieu, we still have yet to win a Norris Trophy, which is kind of crazy. But I don't know. I guess so their stats, they're probably getting like 50, 60 points. Lady Byng, Claude Giroux. Calder, Nathan McKinnon from the Ottawa Senators. All right. So Trent Lofthouse won it last year. McKinnon won it this year. So that was a great draft class that second year. Lofthouse and McKinnon both winning the Calder. Conn Smythe, Jimmy Howard, yep. Vezina Trophy, Jonathan Quick. William N. Jennings, Jonathan Quick. Bill Masterton, Jason Nash. Frank J. Selke, Jonathan Taves. Ted Lindsay, Jonathan Quick. Maurice Richard, Steven Stamkos. All right, so most goals in the regular season. So we only won one award this year, then that was Stamkos. All right, so what I want to show you guys in this, before we go into draft deadline, because this is where we have to figure out if we're going to trade anyone to free up some cap space, but I don't think we need to do it, okay? Because watch, all of our players, we got, this year, yeah. So the guys that we're going to have to re-sign this year, Nick Foligno, Andrew Cogliano, who we're not going to sign, Terrell, Panik, Rahak, Burns, Kubina, Graves, Fensky, Galchenyuk, Bisson, Monahan, Green, Graham, Lofthouse. Lofthouse is a big one that we got to sign, and he's 90 overall now. LaFontaine, all right. But the thing about all these guys is I'm really only going to try and sign Lofthouse. That's the main one. Everyone else, we'll figure out how we can fit them into the team, and they all have restricted free agents, so we can tender qualifying offer and trade them. So really, the only players I got to sign are Lofthouse, and Foligno possibly, if we want to keep Foligno. And we have $11 million to work with in the offseason. So I think for sure we'll be able to sign Lofthouse. That's no problem, okay? And the other guys, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out what we got to do. That's what I mean. We can tender qualifying offers and then trade them in the offseason. And look, what did I say? I said in like 2 or 3 years, Subban would be up to 86, 87 overall. And it's only been 1 year. I told you his stats were right there. They were just pushing it. And he still has his 2 Bs. Look at Malcolm Subban, boys. 86 overall. He may be pushing Bernie Mac for the starter position. Because I'm giving this guy 1-year contracts. And if I can sign him long-term for like $2 million, hell yeah, man. Again, if he keeps those Bs for another 2 years, he's going to be pushing Bernie Mac. But 86 overall, that's more like it. That's what his stats look like. At the beginning of the season, I think he was like 80, 81 overall. So he's really jumped. Stone, blah, blah, blah. Yep. All right, so we have enough money to work with. I don't need to trade anyone here in the draft deadline. Hang on, one more thing. Scouting. Let me just see if there's any franchise players. Scouting reports. I'm not saying I'm going to trade for them, but I'll just keep them in mind so I can show you guys. All right, so there's no franchise skaters, and there's only a top 5 goalie. So no franchise players this time, okay? And there was nobody with like 8s like Len Little had. Speaking of Len Little, he's probably going to be coming up next year as well. We gotta have to figure out some space for all these guys now. So here we go. Draft deadline. Going to the drafts. What kind of draft picks do we have? So we have 2 first-rounders this year. We have a top 5 and a 21st overall. So that's pretty good. I think I'll just keep those picks. I don't need to trade up for them. We have tons of prospects. We don't need to make any crazy trades, and look at everyone coming at us. Shattenkirk, nope. Not trading away any of these guys, man. Can't do it. Won't do it. Beaulieu, Garrison, nope. Beaulieu's part of our team, boys. I'm gonna decide in the offseason when I see free agents and I see all the rookies. I'm not making any trades right here, especially defensemen. If there's any position that we're weak, it's defensemen. Not because we don't have 6 defenders who can play, but because we hang on. What about Green? Yeah. I think I should dump Green now because he had an extra salary cap. I think I signed him to 3 years. Hang on a sec. Hedman, Green. Yeah, Green is 3 years at $5.5 million. I can trade this guy right now because for next year we can have Hedman, Shattenkirk, Ekman Larson, Beaulieu, Fensky, and there's bound to be a defenseman, Graham maybe, and there's bound to be another defenseman in free agency. So let's clear up some salary cap space while we can right now. So this Green guy, I'm going to get rid of him. I'm not going to really look for anyone special. I'm just going to go and through the teams and try to find someone who's below 20 years old because we're not going to use any of these guys who has okay potential or trade value. 2-2 and Beaumedienne. Let's see these guys. I just want any kind of prospects. We're just dumping salary. Benjamin 2-2. Not a bad grinder of the future he could be, but I pass on that. Beaumedienne. There's our timer. Don't worry about that. We'll get this draft done, and we'll take a look at the re-sign stage. No, Boumedienne's not good enough either. I just want one prospect because Green was a free player. We have plenty of guys. Just want one prospect. Who's this guy? Nikolai Lopatin. B minus, B. Not bad, but he's an offensive defenseman. Jensen. Let's see. This guy, how old was he though? 21 years old. B minus, A minus, B minus. Another offensive defenseman. I'll skip on him. I want a young guy. Young guy. I don't need another established defenseman. I want a young guy who's got good upside. Ooh, this Pody guy, 19 years old. He's got really good trade value. 74 overall, defensive defenseman. A, B minus, A minus. It's not bad. Garrett Pody, 6'8". Jesus, at 19 years old, it's already 6'8". Holy crap, this guy's a big boy. All right, let's see if we can get this guy. Pody, and what about this Gormley guy? Can we get him as well? Philip Gormley. Nah, we don't need to get him. Let's just try to get this one Pody guy, all right? Now, why won't they accept that? Is it salary, or why won't they accept that? I don't know why they won't accept that. Is Pody not under contract? No, he's got 3 years left. What's going on here? Hang on a sec. Let me just try it. McClemens, and let me try to put Galchenyuk. No, they won't accept that. All right, I'm going to have to skip on Pody for now. Let's see another guy. No, no one in there. Pittsburgh, anybody young? No, no one in there. 22 is too old right now. We have a... Come on, don't go on me left stick right now. Come on, man. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. There. What the hell? There you go. Lidman. Let's see this guy. Passy Lidman. No. Man, where's the defensive category? Everyone has shitty defensive categories. Come on. Got to be somebody. Erat. Let's see this guy. Playman. No. You know what? I don't need another forward prospect. Let me just search for defensive prospects. Narrow the field a little bit. 22 years old. T. King. Let's see this guy. 84 overall defensive defenseman. A minus in the defensive category. He's a good defense. No. Nah. He doesn't have the greatest. He's not a bad defenseman, but nah, I'm okay with that. Come on. Nope, no one in there. Man, where are all the defensive prospects? There's no team have. Dumba, he's 22 years old, though, and he's got really good trade value. I won't get him. Weller, nah, 21, too old. I want a guy who's like 19, 20. Come on. There's nobody who has any friggin' defensive prospects. Montreal, I've already robbed them again. 21 years old. I'll settle for that. Arton Nickel, B minus, B. Another defenseman with the B minus in the defensive category. Holy crap, man. Give me a good defensive defenseman. Kalous. Oh, this guy. Roman Kalous, defensive defenseman, A, B minus. That's more like it. Yes, I want this guy. Well, let me check out this Rawlings guy as well. Might as well if I'm here. Offensive defenseman, A, B minus. He's a great offensive defenseman, but I have plenty of those. Let's get this Kalous guy. So, Green for Kalous. It looks like they would accept that. I'll try it once. If they don't, I'll add some picks. Will they accept it? No, they're not. They don't want to trade their prospects. Fair enough, so let me add some draft picks to that. Minnesota. Because this is just a salary cap dump, mostly. That's all it is. We don't need Green kind of thing. And we didn't win the Stanley Cup or go far with him in the lineup, so... We can change that position around a little bit. So let's find Green again. Where is he? Green. Where was Green? There he is. All right, so we got him. Now let's just give him 2 fourths. I'm okay with this, boys. Don't worry. We have so many prospects. And I'll give him my 7th and 6th for next year, right? Will it go through? Yes, it will. I almost feel guilty. Yeah, go ahead. You can have Andrew Green, and I'll take another defensive prospect because that's the one position we are kind of weak. Not terribly weak, but kind of weak, all right? So our 5th pick in the draft, let's see who's available. We got this Matthias Eriksson guy. Sniper, left wing. Yeah, you know what? Because I scouted him a lot, let's get him. Why not? Super Swede, baby. There you go. Now we'll fast forward to my 21st pick. I'm not going to do my 2nd round pick. I don't want to get another forward. Let's get a defenseman, the top defensive. Paul Hennessy. No, I don't need another offense. 2-way defender. Olsen, 6'6". Yeah, I'll grab this guy. There you go. All right, now I'll skip the rest of the draft. The computer can draft the rest of them. Now let's go into the re-sign stage, and you guys can help me out here. Who should we sign, and who should we get rid of? We're going to be able to sign everybody, but we got to take a look at what our team, what the makeup of the team is, who's gonna play, because our 1st, 2nd, and 3rd line are pretty much already taken care of. The only guys that we can maybe get rid of, LaFontaine, definitely. Not get rid of, but maybe switch him out with Len Little, somebody like that. Foligno is gone, but he's a fourth liner, so we're going to need more of a defensive player to fill in for Foligno. So it's interesting. Let me see. Let me see here. Hang on a sec. Let me get a drink. Yeah. All right. So, goaltender. We got Bernie Mac, who's 92 overall. He still is signed for a while. So we have no problem with Bernie Mac because he's got a lot of years left. 92 overall goaltender. I don't think Bernie Mac was the problem in that series. We just didn't score goals, okay? But Malcolm Subban, he's coming up. And now he's 5 years younger, and he still has his B's in the right category. Now, I'm not going to try and sign him right now, but look, okay, so he only wants 2 years, but he does actually want a lot. So if I could jack that up to 8 and sign him for like 2.85 at 8 years, he could be the starter in like 2 or 3 years, no doubt, because he will pass him and the extra salary that I could save. But I'm not going to try and sign him right now. We have bigger fish to fry. Defenseman. Hang on, let me just sort this out. So our defenseman, we don't have Green this year, but we're going to have Hedman, Ekman, Larson, who are 90, 95, Shattenkirk, 88, Beaulieu, 86, and then we got to figure out down here who can come up now. Maybe Fensky and Graham, there's another guy. Bisson maybe can come up. So we do have a lot of defensive prospects who are finally, they're in their mid-20s and they're finally hitting the mid-80s, so that's good. We're good for defensemen. All right, right wingers, Dustin Brown, Connolly, Sorensen, Panik, Lemieux, Kubina, all these young guys. Doesn't look like Kubina or Panik are going to make our team. Left wingers, Len Little is now an 87 overall. Still has his B potential. I'll show you guys him quickly. I know you guys want to see this guy. Still has the A, B, B minus. Yeah, and his shot is getting better, so that's good. I'm not saying that he's NHL ready just yet, boys. Look at the athleticism, strength, poise, balance. Oh, balance is pretty good. Defensive awareness isn't the greatest, all right? He may be a better Granlund, though, so we'll look at that. Foligno, maybe sign. He's 86 overall, so he's probably going to want a lot. We may not be able to sign Foligno. Graves, power forward, I think. Not bad. Yeah, 83 overall. B minus B. He's got a pretty good defense category. Maybe he takes over for Foligno on the fourth line. We have some goal scoring there because he's a power forward with great defensive category. Yep. Nick Ritchie, he's ready to play. Harper, maybe he's going to be ready to play as well. That Graves and Harper guy, man, they're starting to work out great. Look at Graves. This guy is a pure sniper. I don't think he's NHL ready yet, though. He's not. He will get good, but he's not NHL ready just yet. At Golden, is he ready to come up now? Maybe. Rahak, is he ready to come up? We go down here. All right. Oh, this Erickson guy. Let's see what my first-round draft pick was like. Sniper. All right, so if you have a sniper with an A in the offensive category, he may not make your team because he won't be fast, but this guy will have a good trade value in 2 or 3 years. No doubt. No doubt. All right, so that was a good draft. That was a good draft pick. Stamkos, Sagan is a 91. Nugent Hopkins is a 90. Lofthouse is a 90. Let's see how much Lofthouse wants now. So Lofthouse wants a long contract at 4, so we can definitely afford him. So that's really good. And let's see his stats quickly. So his stats look like that. Yep. So the only thing low on Lofthouse is his poise. But see, he still has his 2 A minuses, and he already has 90s in both the offensive and defensive category. Holy crap. Granny Smith, 88 overall. Shen, 87. LaFontaine, do we sign this guy? Galchenyuk, do we sign this guy? Monahan, do we sign this guy? Now, they're all in the mid-80s, so they're going to want like a good 3 or 4 mil. So that's the thing we got to look at. Cogliano, we're not signing. All right, Teal Burns, we're probably not going to sign. So this is the thing. You guys got to count up 12 forwards, okay? Name the 12 forwards who should play for us. Now remember, the fourth line, I kind of want some defensive players down there, but I'm up for opinions. It's okay. But we have 3 guys to work with here. LaFontaine, Galchenyuk, or Monahan. Which one, in your opinion, is the best, and who should get the chance to play, all right? So boys, comment away, and in the next video, we will re-sign and go into free agency to maybe fill up any spot that we need. But you know what? I don't think we need to go outside of our organization to fill up what we need. We have plenty of young prospects who are now in their mid to early 20s, and they're in their mid to early 80s. We should play these guys. We have another 4 years. We should play these guys, get them signed to long contracts, and go from there, all right? So let me know, boys. Let me know.